Welcome to the first ever episode of my Rebrickable series. This is a series where I want to make Lego Star Wars set that doesn't really look like Lego Star Wars into something that does, and also something that is not Star Wars into something that is Star Wars. And I also want to make Star Wars set that I don't really like in Star Wars into something I do like. And my reasoning for this series was actually the Star Scavenger. I don't think this looks like a Lego Star Wars ship, and that is why I want to make this into something that actually looks like Star Wars. But this first episode is not about this one. It's actually going to be the UCS X-Wing. I know it's a legendary ship, and this might be a hot take, but I don't really like the X-Wing as a ship in Star Wars. It does look good as a display piece, but I didn't really enjoy the build, and when it comes to the wings, they just fall down and don't really stay up as they should. But now that we have found out which set we're going to start off with, we need to take out the minifigure and R2-D2 on top if you want to come out. There you go. And let's start taking apart this build. I'm done separating the X-Wing. Actually took me shorter than I expected, just like 1.5 hours maybe, so that is pretty nice. And I realized when I was taking this one apart that the thumbnail actually shows what build it actually is, and maybe the title as well, but I don't know yet. So that was kind of a waste. But if we move over to the screen, on the right you can see a Republic gunship. On the sides you can see some weapons that don't really look good, and I don't really fancy how it looks, so it's not going to be this one. The other one is a A-Wing. I don't really know how that looks or where it's from, but that is definitely not going to be one of them. The third one was the Mantis. This was a really cool one that I saw. It is from the game, so that was maybe an option, but the option I'm going for is the ARC-170. It looks so amazing, and this one is the one that Slapshot Bricks built, and it has a stand as well, just like the X-Wing had. So I'm super excited to build this one and put some minifigures in it. It is gonna cost me $15, maybe a little bit over 150 Norwegian kroners, so I'm just gonna buy that, get the instructions, and build the beautiful UCS ARC-170. But before we do anything, I want to shout out the creator of this beautiful ARC-170, and that is Rybrickster. I don't know how to say your name, I'm really sorry, but I hope I said it right. Also want to shout out to YouTuber Slapshot Bricks, as I already did, because he showed me this in a YouTube video, and I couldn't really be more happier with the build. But now let's check this one out. Here we have it, the beautiful UCS ARC-170. If you're telling me that the UCS X-Wing looks better than this, I will literally do nothing. I'm not gonna do anything. You have your own opinion, but this looks beautiful. I'm really happy how the build came through, and it looks better than I actually thought. The building process wasn't that bad, and it is minifig scale as well. That is just wonderful. It has the stand, it has the legs, it has another type of stand that he uses throughout the build, and you can actually close the wings and open the wings. I didn't think you could do that once I started building this thing, but at the end they showed you, and it looks beautifully. At the back we have two small clicks that you press down, and then the wings will close up, and if you push them up again, the wings will expand. On top here as well, we can see R2-D2 really closed up. It is built around him. The engines are massive. You had to build 10 of them, or 12 it is actually, and 2 on the side, so maybe like 14 to close up the engines in the middle. And the wings are only held on by one side. I was really skeptical about this at the start, but it actually holds up pretty nicely. There was some building instructions in here that I questioned, but I know it's really difficult to actually get a proper, really stable rebricked after another set, so I am really happy still. The weapons on the side are the most accurate I've seen on any ARC-170. He did a wonderful job with the weapons. A funny part is that you actually have to use Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in a part under in the front, so that is actually pretty funny, and it is pretty accessible because a lightsaber part with this blue is not hard to come by. We do also have the weapons on the back. They were smaller pieces to have, but you can move them simultaneously instead of just both of them at the same time. The ship is a little fragile at times, but you can lift it up and just move it to the side a little bit. Let's see if I can do this. There we have it. I lost another piece. Okay, I got the piece back on. I said it was fragile. You can either have it just straight up in the front, just as I did, or you can have it on a stand on the side where it tilts a little bit and it looks like it's flying. But I do think where I'm gonna have it on the shelf, I gotta have it straight forward. Maybe, we'll see what we do. I have no idea how the brain works when people do these rebrickables, because I could never do this. It looks too difficult, and to get it this accurate, I have no idea. It's gotta take years to practice. Gotta give credit to him. It really was incredible. When we look at where the minifigures can stand, you can't really open it without taking apart some stuff. They are really closed up and really nicely done. There's no glass, but I think it looks good. On the back though, you can open it up, and there is room for 3 minifigures in this one, and of course another R2 unit on top. But now that I'm finished showing it off, let me show you where I'm gonna put it. And this is where I'm going to place it, right by another ARC-170 from 2010, I think it is. And up here, we're just gonna take the land speeder down. I am going to clean the dust up here because it is really messy, but I'm gonna do that another day. Let's place it up here. Holy smokes. I think that is perfect. Let me just put the weapons to the sides because they point out a little bit more right there. Oh, damn, that is actually pretty flush with the shelf as well. God damn. I think I have to have it like that because tilting it to the side, it will look a little worse. And that one compared to the old ARC-170 that is actually a Lego set is just insane. I wish they did a UCS ARC-170, but if I got that one, I would probably change that to something or change this back to another X-Wing. And the idea I have for over there, sorry for the bad quality there because of my finger, I have the C95 Headhunter, and I'm actually going to place it over there and try and make it hang. And there we have it. I have hanged up the C95 Headhunter right above the ARC-170, and this shelf looks amazing now. Well, it has done before as well, but it looks better now and more filled up. And on the screen right now, you can see one of our future project of Rebrickable. I'm rebricking this ARC-170 because I don't really need 3 in the same space. But that is it. That is the first episode of my Rebrickable series. There is a lot more to come. I don't know which set I'm going to do next. I have, of course, the ARC-170. I know of one over there. I'm not going to say anything. I also have 2 under there that are brand new sealed set that I'm going to do over to something cool. But leave a like for this brand new series. Subscribe if you're new. I hope to get 1,000 subscribers very soon or more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.